It's- May I say a word here about the population of India? A great deal has been said and written about our tremendous population and how it overwhelms us and how we cannot solve any problem till the Indian population is checked or decimated. Well, I have no desire for the population of India to go on increasing. I am all in favor of the population being checked, but I think there is a great misapprehension when so much stress to laid on this aspect. I entirely disagree with that. I think India is an underpopulated country, and I say this not because I want it to be much more populated. It is underpopulated because I want it to be much more populated. It is underpopulated because large tracts of India are still unpopulated. It is true that if you go to the gigantic plain, it is thickly populated. Parts of India are thickly populated, but many parts are not populated at all. A delegate to this conference told me last night that coming from Karachi to Delhi, Madras, and then to Octamund, he was amazed to see the scarcity of population. Of course, he was traveling by plane. Nevertheless, the whole countryside appeared to him to be sparsely populated, and after all, it is possible to judge whether the country is heavily populated or not. That is a very correct impression because large tracts are not populated. We are overpopulated, if you like, because our productive capacity is low. If we increase our production, agricultural and other, and if the population is put to work for production, then we are not overpopulated. We have these big river valley schemes which in association irrigating land, preventing floods, soil erosion and malaria will produce a very great deal of hydroelectric power, and at the same time we will have industrial development. If you look at the map of India, you will see the noble range of the Himalayas from the north to the northeast. I do not think there is any part of the world similar in area which has so much concentrated power, latent potential power. If only it can be tapped and used. Well, we intend tapping and using it. But my point is that only one India, but the whole of this Asian region is full of vast resources, human and material, and the question before us is how to hold them together and produce results. Apart from increasing production in this way, I think it is important for us to utilize our existing resources better. I do not think they are being utilized to the best advantage. We can get more out of what we have than we have been doing. That involves in India, as in the rest of Asia, many problems: the economic system, the relation of capital and labor, and the satisfaction of labor. There is no doubt of at all that in all or at any rate in most of these Asian countries there are long-standing social injustices, and naturally where there are these social injustice you will not get proper and satisfactory work, especially now when there is an acute sense of social wrong and social injustice. I have no doubt that in India our production has suffered because of this acute feeling of social injustice. An individual or a community may undertake to shoulder almost any burden. We have seen during the last war how nations put up with the most enormous burdens in the shape of suffering and sacrifice, but always when there is a sense of sharing the burden inequitably, the burden being greater on some than on others, the sense of injustice becomes greater, and you do not have that harmonious working and cooperation which is quite essential today, more so than in the past. Therefore, this problem has to be viewed from the human point of view, quite apart from a purely economic point of view. If one does view it from that human point of view, if one tries to cooperate without entering into a long argument, I think one can go far in solving it and getting the measure of cooperation even among people who may hold different theories. So I would beg this commission to consider this problem from the human point of view of removing social injustices. The commission, of course, is not going to dictate to each individual country about its economic structure, but any advice from the commission will no doubt go a long way, and most countries will probably follow it in the largest measure they can. Now, to repeat what I have said, I hope this commission will bear in mind the fact that we are dealing with hundreds of millions of human beings and not abstract countries and abstract groups. Each individual is a member of a family with children who are possibly starving, who have possibly had no education and no opportunity for growth and advancement. I mentioned right at the beginning certain parts of Asia which have not completely solved their political problems. May I say a word here about the population of India? A great deal has been said and written about our tremendous population and how it overwhelms us and how we cannot solve any problem till the Indian population is checked or decimated. Well, I have no desire for the population of India to go on increasing. I am all in favor of the population being checked.
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.